Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin, and it's Sunday, but I don't know when I'm going to put this out, so we'll see. What I have today is a review for you. I had purchased some. It was marked as new, but now I'm questioning if it was truly new or if it was just newly available in palette packs, but it's new to me, so let's talk about it. I got Soho Lively Bold from Herrschners. Soho is one of their house brands, and this is 100% acrylic, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 267 yards, 245 meters, machine wash and dry, made in China. 4mm knitting needles, 4.5mm crochet hook. It is a 3-weight, but as I said, it is roving style. This is very, very, very similar to Red Heart Unforgettable. This colorway is Mermaid that I have in my hand. And yeah, it is a yarn that we are talking about and testing. Why is my camera mad at me? Oh goodness. Okay, be back in a moment. Okay, I am back. I have I have a new battery. A thunderstorm just started though, so there you go. Okay, we're talking about Soho Lively Bold. I thought this was a new yarn. It may not be. It's a dupe of Red Heart Unforgettable. I had meant to pull up the prices before I did this. One moment. Okay, so currently it is on sale for $4.99. Full price it is $5.99. You can buy a palette pack of it for $27.99, currently on sale. Full price $37.94, and you get all 6 colors. There you go. So I went to test this yarn. Why am I getting text messages? There you go. Okay. So we have, where's my bag here? Okay. I tested the yarn. I wanted to crochet by hand, knit by hand, and then use my knitting machine. In my weekly roundup, I recently showed a hat, or no, a scarf I made with this because it was a finished item, and then mentioned that even though it is a dupe of Red Heart Unforgettable, I am just not enjoying using this by hand, and I cannot put my finger on it. I will tell you, normally when I test these yarns, I make a hat. I started my crochet hat, and I ripped it out. This is not good hat making material. It was just too silky, too drapey. It wasn't good, in my opinion. All of this is my opinion from my frame of reference with my biases and everything I have. Other people may disagree and have different feelings, and that is totally awesome. I would love to hear it, and, you know, respectful discourse and disagreement is never a bad thing. I enjoy it. I did really enjoy this on the Addi. It was smooth and easy. Not a single tucked stitch or skipped stitch. I barely even had to hold tension with it. So here is the scarf I made. I used the color. This is an entire skein of the yarn. It was over 200 rounds. This colorway is Opulence. It's very pretty. I love the ombre of it. Nice kind of steady rounds. It's my entire wingspan scarf wise, so it's a good length on a scarf. I think this will be a very cozy nice scarf come winter. And I get to claim a label. So I did work on, I changed it from a hat to a shawl. I got far more complete on my crochet shawl than I did on my knit shawl. Now, I did just recently realize that the label says a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook and I am using a 4. I do not believe that that would cause the dislike in the yarn, but you can add that to the mix. The shawl I started doing, it's just one I began whipping up on my own. I'm not following a pattern. It's just kind of a granny stitch shawl with some half double crochets mixed in. I am, hard to say, maybe a third way to a half of the way through with the skein, and this is what I have. It's a very nice, airy, drapey fabric. When I frogged the hat, it was a nightmare. It was caught and clung to every single stitch I pulled out. It was really bad. It took me a long time to frog it. I called it quits. I did the entire crown of the hat and then like 2 rows down the body of the hat when I said no. Nope, this is not going to work. So then I switched to this. I think it's lovely. I think it's beautiful. I'm just having a real hard time working with it. And I don't know why. Like I said, I don't mind Unforgettable. I know it's a lot of people's favorite yarns. I've used it. I have no problem using Unforgettable. I can't explain it. I really wish I could. I wish I could put my finger on it. It's very soft. It's very drapey. It's beautiful colors. I like the color fades in it. There's a lot of stuff to like about this yarn. The bad things are the froggability and whatever texture. I think it's a textural issue. Maybe I need to try Unforgettable again, because it's been, last time I used Unforgettable was roughly 1.5 years ago when Crochet Crowd was our creator, Krafting Kitty creator spotlight. Maybe I need to double check to see how I like using Unforgettable. See if I have the same issue now. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? It suddenly got really humid in here. I think it's the storm. I'm going to open the door to let some of the air conditioning in from the house. But this means we might hear animals and a cat might come charging in. I will try to remove the cat, guys, as soon as possible. The other project, like I said, is a shawl, a knit shawl I started. I am barely started with this shawl. This is my 3rd iteration. I didn't like the way the first one I messed up my increases. The second one I didn't like the pattern. Again, I'm not using pattern. I'm just trying to do something from memory, and that might be where my downfall is. This one I am liking the design better, but still I don't enjoy using the yarn. It could be. These are 4mm knitting needles. Did I get the right size knitting needles? I must have. Yes, I got the right size knitting needles with the wrong size crochet hook. I'm using my Clover Takumi 4mm US 6, right? Yes, US 6 knitting needles. This is just a garter. I'm trying to make a bias garter, kind of crescent-y type situation. So here we go. I've barely started it. The knit is not nearly as drapey as the crochet, which, I mean, this is garter stitch. They're tighter stitches. That makes sense. I kind of hope I eventually like this fabric a little better. But again, there's something about the way this yarn is feeling and working I'm not enjoying. It could be that the bamboo is grabbing the yarn a little bit, but I feel like if I had stainless steel, it would be too slippy and I'd have stitches slipping off all the time. That is my experience with Unforgettable. That's why I grabbed the bamboo, because for Unforgettable, I don't like using my aluminum or steel needles because I find it too slippery. So yeah, I wish I could explain it. I think this is a personal preference situation. If you don't like Unforgettable, you will not like this yarn. If you don't like roving, you're not going to like this yarn. If you don't like halo, you're not going to like this yarn. If you like all those aforementioned items, you may very well greatly enjoy this yarn. Now, the price $4.99, on sale $5.99, full price. Given current yarn prices and values, I believe that to be a fair market price for this yarn. Honestly, I have not straight out bought Unforgettable recently, but I feel like that's either on par or cheaper than Unforgettable. I'm going to do a quick Red Heart Unforgettable. No, I don't care about Hobby Carnival. I want Red Heart Unforgettable. Just go to Yarn Inspirations. Yarn Inspirations has it for $7.99 full price. However, apparently they're having a Christmas in July 25% off sale. No idea what code you need or anything. If you want 25% off at Yarn Inspirations, head on over there. No idea how long it lasts or what's going on. eBay and Etsy has it for varying prices. Herrschners handles has Red Heart Unforgettable, don't they? Or they used to. Maybe they clearanced it out. Nope, they do not currently have Unforgettable at Red Heart. The only place I'm finding it, it used to be at Joann's. I know Michael's got rid of it. Amazon has some in multi-packs. There's a Reddit post. Hey, I've been looking for Red Heart Unforgettable. Is it unavailable? Okay, people are saying it's discontinued, but Yarn Inspirations is still carrying it. Who knows what is going... Actually, now that I'm talking about this, I do remember last year saying, oh, Unforgettable is being discontinued. Unforgettable Waves. No, I don't want Waves. I was just on a page that said it was for $7.99. Here it is. Huh. Okay, so Unforgettable is classed as a 4-weight. This is classed as a 3-weight. In my opinion, it's pretty silly. I keep talking about Unforgettable because I believe it is a pretty 1-for-1 comparison. In my opinion, Unforgettable is not a 4. It's more of a 3. So I think Herrschners on their Soho Lively Bold has a better description of the yarn, a truer description of the yarn. I feel as though I'm honestly having a bit of an overall problem trying to rate this yarn. Because I want to be fair, but I want to be honest about my feelings. I am going... I mean, I can just not like things, right? I know I can. I know. Some people love yarns that I dislike. I love yarns some people dislike. That's just the way it goes. So I'm going to say I give this yarn... I have to go below average on it. I'm going to go with a 4 out of 10 kitty paws. Why am I saying low? Frogability was very poor. This is an unforgiving yarn if you make mistakes. To me, like I said, there's texturally something unenjoyable about working with it for me. I just can't. It's given me the icks. I will keep the remainder of the palette I have and work it up on the Addi because it was so beautiful on the Addi and I don't have to touch it that way. I'll finish these shawls I have started when I get around to it. It's not going to be high priority. These are probably going to get dumped in the whip bin in the master bedroom. And you'll probably see it again at some point with Tackle It Tuesday. But yeah, so the pros of this... maybe I'm being a little unfair and harsh with a 4. Maybe I should give it a 5. But that's average. 5 would be, for me, my average yarn is Red Heart Super Saver. It's a yarn everybody knows. You know what to expect. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I think it's highly accessible, highly available. You know what you're getting with a Red Heart Super Saver, right? It's a workhorse. But if that's the baseline, if you really enjoy working with things, you love how it looks, it's gentler on your hands, it's more luxurious, whatever, it'll go above Super Saver. This, my experience, is below a Super Saver. So yes, I'm staying with a 4. I'll stay with a 4. The pros. Price, I think, is reasonable given current market values. It was beautiful on the Addi. That scarf is beautiful. Perfect one skein item on the Addi. You can just sit there, crank it out. Oh, I will say, in the crochet shawl, there was a factory knot in the yarn that was, I don't know if it was poorly done in the factory or not. Normally, I trust factory knots. This one came undone on me, and I had to retie it. It was very difficult to get another knot in the yarn to stay. So, that's another con on it. If you have to join multiple skeins, you may have difficulty. I think it's because of the silky softness of it. And then my, okay, so other pros. Beautiful, worked well on the Addi. It is going to be nice and drapey. I think when I finish that crochet shawl, it's going to be gorgeous. I'm not adding, I only have that one of that colorway. It will be as big as it gets based on the amount of that yarn I have. I think it's going to be a bit of a smaller kerchief shawl type issue. Maybe I'll sew it together to make it more of a cowl situation. Haven't fully decided. It'll be more like a bandana. Ooh, that might be cute if I make it. Oh, it might. If I stop now, it might be perfect bandana. But no, it doesn't have the structure to tie for a bandana on your head. Okay, I've talked myself out of that. Thank you. This is a lot of just Erin working out her feelings with you on camera, because I don't, like I said, there is so much about this yarn that on paper I should love, and I do not understand why I'm not head over heels in love with this. I wish I knew. You know, Heather, I need to text Heather. Heather the Crochet Witch loves Red Heart Unforgettable. Maybe I'll send her one of these and we can get her opinion too. So she doesn't have to just like grab one. And since I have it, why not? Okay! Ooh! I hope Heather likes this idea because I'm putting it into universe. I should not do this to her. I should not. If she decides she doesn't want to do this, that is totally her prerogative. I'm getting her into trouble. But not with David, because this is free yarn I'd be sending her, right? Okay, gosh. Other than getting friends in trouble, what am I going to do about this yarn? The thunderstorm just made the lights flicker. Yeah, I gotta stick with my 4 out of 10. The joining issue, the frogging issue, the tactile issue. Like I said, the price is fair, but gosh, I always wish it were cheaper. If this were $3.99 a ball, a skein, I'd be a lot happier, wouldn't we all? But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. I had these issues with it. I would love to hear your opinions if you've used this. One of you, I want to say Diamond, but maybe it was Jay, mentioned you've used this for shawls. I would love to hear your experience on what you thought about the yarn, how you liked it. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave my review right now. I'll probably talk more about it as I work through these shawls in kind of my regular videos. But yeah, like I said, I would love to know your opinion because mine is so wishy-washy. And maybe that's sometimes just how we are, isn't it? It's real life, you know? It is. Oh, my back hurts. Okay, you didn't need to know that. I love you all. I'm going to talk to you later. Bye-bye.